Welcome, folks, to downtown Atlanta and Mercedes-Benz Stadium, site of this year's Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl and, of course, part of the college football playoff. We've reached the semifinal stage, one last hurdle to clear before that national championship game. And today we're going to find out who's got the toughness and the depth to continue their drive and keep championship dreams alive. As we'll see the third seed in this playoff, the UTSA Roadrunners, taking on the number 2 seed in the playoff, the Ole Miss Rebels. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Chris Fowler, joined by Kirk Herbstreit. It's been a tremendous college football playoff so far, and it's down to this, the semifinals. Which team will head on to the national championship game? Kickoff team out there. We are about to get cranked up for the semifinal collision. He'll bring it out from his end zone. And he's tackled just short of the 25. First down here for this offense. And the back now goes in motion. On 1st and 10 here, looking to throw the ball. He's moving out of the pocket now. He's going to pull it down and run. And he heads out of bounds after a nice pickup on the run.
That's what I love about this guy. Just getting good positive yards here and continue to just keep this drive alive.
Moving the receiver around pre-snap. Takes the ball, tries the right side here. That's a nice wrap up there by the junior.
The defense coordinator this week all week telling us about gap integrity, not giving this running back any creases at all. Really sound defense on that play.
Can he make it to the marker? He's found some room at the 45. They bring him down, but not before a huge gain. Moves the ball to the 40-yard line.
Boy, an opportunity missed here by this defense. They get him to 3rd down. They load up the line of scrimmage, but they could not deny this back at coming up with that conversion.
Grab behind the line. It's Cole. Finding some room at the 25. Heads out of bounds after a solid gain, more than enough to pick up a 1st down.
Chris, how about the offensive balance these last couple of plays we're seeing from these guys? Not only are they balanced, but the explosiveness. A big run followed up by a big play through the air, man, puts a lot of pressure on this defense.
And the broken tackle there produces a solid gain.
This defensive coordinator better make some adjustments. This back is on fire to start this game. You better start committing those safeties down, overloading that line of scrimmage, because this back is physical, he's got speed, and he is tough to bring down.
They'll feed the back again. 0 running room. Stopped right at the line of scrimmage.
The back just had nowhere to go. How about the defensive line? They eat up all the blocks up front, freeing those linebackers up to be able to make the play. Just a bad play all around for this offense.
Tackled, but only after picking up a fresh set of downs.
Well, that's a good, hard, tough running there to get that 1st down to keep this drive alive. Early in this game, the offense really asserting themselves. They're not thinking about a field goal. They're trying to put this ball in the end zone.
And that run produces a decent gain. Here comes a crucial 2nd down play. Every yard tough to find down here in the red zone. He'll hand it off. He'll make it into the end zone. Touchdown, UTSA. And come on in the playoff game, Kirk. No signs of rust for the offense immediately.
Yeah, no jitters at all. After the layoff, I wondered how they might be able to come out and communicate and actually just the rhythm to the offense. But they did not hesitate. They set the tone early. Now they got themselves a lead.
Kickoff team has come on the field now to send this one away. Bringing it out. It's White. And he stopped at the 18. Returner tried to make a play, but a touchback would have been a better idea. 1st down play call. How aggressive will it be? inside give now from the shotgun. It's a solid gain, moves the ball out to the 28.
Look, I realize on any play call, when it's properly executed, it can go to the house for a touchdown. But the runs that really make a game plan work are the ones where you get just what you need. And he barely got the first down, but he got it.
On first down, they'll keep their running game churning.
It's not a huge gain here, but if you add up multiple runs like that throughout the course of a game, by the fourth quarter, you're going to start to see that affect the defense.
A gain makes it second and medium. Quarterback changing the play now at the line. They look to throw it here on second down. He's looking to make a big play downfield. Oh, and he's got it. Big gain inside the 25.
What a pitch and catch by the quarterback and receiver for a big gain for this offense.
The Rebels come to the line to start a fresh set of downs. There's the handoff. They stop them after a 6-yard gain, so second and 4.
I'll take that every single time. Offensive line does a nice job up front. This back's vision and ability to get positive yards by lowering his pads on full display right there.
Quick throw. That's an RPO caught on the left side. Touchdown, Ole Miss. Strong game by this quarterback.
Oh, just outstanding execution here by this offense. The offensive line gives the quarterback time, and the quarterback's anticipation was on point. Puts that ball right in the money. The receiver, all he had to do was turn and catch the ball for that touchdown.
And the point after is right down the middle. Kickoff team on the field getting set now. And he's going to bring this out from a couple yards deep in the end zone. And it'll be tackled right at the 20. That's a good job by the coverage team. The UTSA offense is back out on the field now. And that last touchdown drive, they just pounded away with the running game. Let's see if they can do it again. They call the draw play here. Get some space around the 30. Oh, and nothing but green grass ahead. They finally make the tackle, but the defense gashed by that big gainer.
Chris, how about that? This guy is a warrior with a football in his hands. He gets one block out in front of him. It seems like he's setting a new speed barrier.
The gain is 5, so it's second and 5 now.
Great offenses are able to stay ahead of the chains, and runs like that on first down are exactly what I'm talking about. Now you have a lot that you can call here on this second down.
And he's brought down after a short gain, does not make the first down yardage.
Chris, you know, the spread era over the years has always grown offensively, but I've been always impressed with defenses that really build their defense to play in space still have.
And he'll loft it to the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown, UT San Antonio.
You talk about a tough matchup for this defense down in this area. But what are you going to do? The quarterback puts it up in the air, and the big tight end goes over top of everybody for the touchdown.
And the extra point splits the uprights. Now they get set to kick it away. Fielded in the end zone. It's White. And he stopped at the 19. Good job by the coverage team. And the Rebels offense is back out on the field. The passing game was clicking beautifully in the last drive, right down for a touchdown. Let's see if they can do it again. Fighting off the defender. And that is a first down gain. Moves the ball to the 40.
Big runs like this are just demoralizing for a defense. It's one thing to give up big plays over your head against the pass game. When teams can run the ball and pick up yards like this, it really affects the team's mental psyche and their confidence. And you'll start to see some missed tackles following a play like this.
They make the tackle, but that pass creates a solid gain. Offense comes up to the line. They might have a chance for a couple more plays before the quarter expires. Here we go. First play of the quarter. Offense setting up for a second down play. They'll try the ground game here with the running back. And we're able to tackle the ball carrier there.
The defense came out ready to go on that second down and short. No chance for the offense, and that'll bring up third down.
Running back with the football. And they tackle him, but not before he picks up the first.
Great job here by this offense being able to convert. Let's face it, they've dug themselves a hole. They're down here early in this game. With all this hype, the last thing you want to do is have to punt the ball. Come up with a conversion, keep your rhythm, keep your momentum, stick to your playbook. Good job here. Now let's see if they can keep that rhythm going.
So a positive play, Kirk, with the crossing route. This is the defensive communication the coaches were worried about in this game.
Yeah, it really is a challenge in this call. When the offense goes with that deep crosser, the defense has to do a good job of communicating, really keeping their head on a swivel to understand who's coming into their zone. That time they just lost the receiver and they gave up the big gain. Boy, another positive game for this offense, and this quarterback continues to show how dangerous he is when he has time to throw. The defensive coordinator's got to change up his looks, maybe bring in the blitz, anything they can do.
He takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Rebels. This college football playoff game is all tied up, and Kirk, it's beginning to feel a little bit like a shootout.
Yeah, it is. It's a battle of the offenses. Both these teams right now executing flawlessly, and they're doing so with such high stakes, answering one score with another. Neither team is backing up 1 inch.
And the return starts just inside the end zone. And they stop him short of the 25 there. Offense begins at the 22. Here comes the UTSA offense back out there. A little bit of my turn, your turn so far in the early going. Both offenses scoring touchdowns in their last possessions. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1. They don't block the defensive end. They show some quickness, Kirk, getting around the edge that time.
Yeah, this guy's usually getting around the edge to put pressure on the quarterback, but he reminds everybody here that this guy's a complete package. Not only can he pressure the quarterback, but also he is very, very talented and shows you the physicality he has against the run as well. Man, this quarterback can play the game. He can throw, and as we see here, he can run the football. The defense does everything that they need to with the pressure. They look like they're in good position to be able to come up with a nice play on him, but instead, he shows how he can slip out of the back door of this defense and pick up a nice game.
Offense getting set. Second down play here. They'll try to pick up the yardage on the ground. And they finally stop him, but a decent gain that time.
Because I just love to see this offensive line in this running game able to establish themselves. This back is already over 50 yards. We're in the first half, so really good job of establishing the run game. Opens up the play action, opens up one-on-one opportunities. Just keep winning the battle up front.
And the Roadrunners moving quickly down the field here. Shotgun formation. Here's an inside give.
Chris, it's the consistency of this back is giving this defense the fits. They've got to come up with some changes up front. This guy's already over 50 yards, and if he keeps running the way he is, not only is he having a great day, but it's going to give this quarterback a chance to hit some big plays downfield off play action.
They're backed up here, trying to make something happen on 3rd and long. Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. Catch hauled in here over the middle. Gain moves the ball to the 21 and a fresh set of downs. First down here. Time for one more play before the clock stops for the 2-minute warning. We'll take a quick pause before the half as we reach the 2-minute warning. The Roadrunners line up on 1st and 10 now. Quarterback drops back. Throws to the tight end. And it's going to be incomplete. Defense had a great chance for the pick. Couldn't come up with it. Incompletion makes it 2nd down. Quarterback drops back from the shotgun, looking for a receiver. Quick throw to his receiver. Goes a fastball, but it's intercepted. Look out, he's got some space. And he'll be taken down, but after a good return.
Oh, Chris, against zone coverage like that and the ball thrown deep down the middle of the field, you've got to layer that throw in. Very challenging throw. Requires a nice touch with a strong arm. And the quarterback that time just did not make the throw.
Caught in the flat by the running back. They pick up 4, so second down and 6 coming up.
And they get some positive yards here. But just from sitting up here looking down, Chris, you kind of have a sense that they wanted a little bit more on that play.
Pass complete. It's second down now. The linebacker shifting around now. From the shotgun now. Here's an inside give. They'll stop him at the 34. That will be a first down.
You know, offensive linemen are just a certain breed. They're always going to do their job, no matter who's back there carrying the ball. I'll tell you what, they have a little bit more confidence when the person that's carrying the ball can break off some big-time runs. That makes them block just a little bit harder.
Breaks into the clear. It's a sprint. Out of bounds, but not before a huge gain. Offense gets a fresh set of downs. Well, the big fella's Kirk flowing to the right there. The defense just has no answer. It's a huge gain.
Yeah, and what a patience there by the running back, just allowing those blocks to be...
There's a shot toward the end zone. Oh, and it's batted down by the defense. Great play to deny a touchdown.
Chris, that ball gets tipped and goes straight up into the air. That's anybody's ball. The defense does a really good job down in this area expecting the pass. The ball's in the air. Ball gets tipped. Keep in mind, the offense or the defense can get underneath that for a play. And the ball hits the ground for an incompletion.
It's incomplete. He was hit as he threw that time. And now third down coming up.
You know, I talk to defensive coordinators all over the country, and they're quick to point out the term affecting the quarterback. They kind of almost get offended when you want to talk to them about sacks. Sometimes it's just about getting into his face, affecting his vision. It's exactly what they did right here.
Well, he scrambled and scrambled, doesn't get the ball away, and is finally dropped for a sack. Timeout called by the defense. They'll go to the sideline and try to adjust. It's their first timeout. Check out this decision. They're going to go for it on 4th and very long. And the quarterback dropping back. And the pass is intercepted as he throws into double coverage that time. He's got some room and some blockers here. Finally steps out of bounds after a long return. What a play by the defense.
Chris, not only the awareness to come up with the interception, but the speed and athletic ability on the return. I thought he was going to take it all the way back, but the offense just did enough to keep him out of the end zone.
The tight end has got it, but a huge collision blow delivered there by the linebacker. The offense will call a timeout. That's their second of the half.
Boy, Chris, great timing here with the quarterback against that zone defense, waiting just the right time to deliver it into that window to pick up a nice gain.
Makes a quick catch. He's got some room. Can he get there? Touchdown, Roadrunners. Still no answer for this offense.
Chris, how about the call here with the wheel route? The running back, we know he can run the football, but here he shows his ability to catch the ball out of the backfield, and that wheel route is tough on a defense. Sometimes the back can get lost. Here he catches it and finds his way into the end zone for a touchdown.
So an important touchdown just before halftime. Not much time for the opposing offense to try to answer before the break. He'll call for the fair catch here. The offense comes back out there. Not much time left. Perhaps just time for a couple plays before the half. Some confusion on the snap count. A false start cost them 5 yards. And the head coach will decide to accept the penalty and take the yardage. First down play call coming up. How aggressive will it be? Quarterback pre-snap adjustments now for this defense. And he drops back in the gun. The pop looking to make a big play downfield. The catch is made, and he does get the foot down. The rule to catch, a big gainer.
You know, I like the quarterback's patience here, and instead of trying to force the issue and squeeze the ball into coverage, He just decides to just basically throw it away and live for the next day.
Lofting it toward the left sideline. And it's picked off. He throws it right into double coverage and pays for it. Tackle after the pick, and that'll do it for the first half of play. Miller's going to wrap up the first half here. Let's kick it now to Kevin Connors with our halftime update. And the Roadrunners will kick this away to get the second half going. And the returner decides to signal fair catch. And the powerful Ole Miss offense is back out on the field. No surprise they're in a hole here. They've given the football away in each of the last 2 possessions. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
Chris, I think we all kind of get caught up in third down. What's an offense doing on third down? But I think what's also important is how well you defend first down. If you can hold your opponents to a short gain or a tackle for a loss, you throw the offense out of whack, and their game plan gets much more challenging to try to come up with that first down.
Offense been in reverse here. Now a long way to go to convert this third down. Looking for the wideout. Here's a wide open receiver, complete. They bring him down, but a big chunk of yardage on the play.
Good job by this offensive line and a great throw by the quarterback to get that first down there on third down. It's exactly what they needed to do. This is too big of a game. They've come too far. They're in the playoff. You're down in the second half. Good job of keeping this drive alive.
Catch made on the left side. Breaking free at the 35. And a big game before he goes out of bounds. The offense keeps churning, gets a fresh set of downs. That's a nice pickup there. They find some space in the zone and pick up the first down.
Yeah, really nice call here, Chris, to be able to pick up this first down on this drag route. The quarterback does a nice job of being patient, waiting for that window to open up in that zone, and he put it right on the money.
Down he goes, a sack.
Well, that takes the wind right out of your sails. This offense is trying to find a way to get back into this game, and another pressure and a sack against their quarterback.
Those big guys up front will have to regroup now. It's 2nd and 14. Quarterback adjusting now to the defense. Looking to pass here on 2nd down. Tries the right with a quick throw. The freshman with a little too much air under that one. So the offense getting set. This is not where you want to be against this defense. 3rd and long. There's the snap. Quarterback setting up the throw. And he's got his man open downfield. Tackle is made at the 8-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal right there. And the Rebels line it up with 1st and goal. And the quarterback keeps it on the option. The ball is free in the backfield. They've recovered their own fumble, but it is a big loss. Hold on here a second. The replay booth has signaled they want to take another look at this one. So after taking a closer look, the officials are going to overturn that previous ruling on the field. Coming up, 2nd down and goal. Quarterback finds a target on the right. It's complete. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Ole Miss. Now they line up to kick the extra point. The PAT is up and good, so we're tied up here in the 3rd quarter. Kickoff team is on the field to boot this one away. He's going to try for a return from a couple of yards deep in the end zone. Tackle at the 14. Not very good field position to start here. Roadrunners offense is back out there now. Remember last time they scored a touchdown. Can they keep clicking here, or will the defense come up with a stop? Brought down at the 28, and that's good enough for a 1st down.
Chris, what I love here is just the vision by the running back. Showing great patience, the hole opens up, and then he's able to use his speed to pick up some good yards.
Breaks loose at the 40. He'll earn the first down, but pay for it with a hard hit.
How about setting the edge there on the right side of that offensive line? I wouldn't be surprised if they keep going back to the well, pounding it behind that right guard and right tackle and tight end, seeing what additional damage they can do.
And he's out of bounds after gaining decent yardage. Second down play coming up for this offense. There's the snap. Looking to throw the ball. Gets the ball up as he's hit, but it's incomplete.
Kind of a fine line here, Chris, for me when it comes to throwing a screen pass. You don't want to throw it too early, obviously, and the defense reacts quickly and can sniff it out. And you definitely don't want to throw it too late and potentially get sacked. You've got to make sure it hits just right for this play to work.
Off the incompletion, it sets up a third down and 2. Quick throw by the quarterback off the RPO. Ball carrier heads out of bounds, but the pickup was good enough to move the chains. First down. And the Roadrunners lining up here on 1st and 10. Gives it to the back. They tackle him. Looks like it's going to be just short of the marker, inches away. Second down play coming up. Defense seems to be dialing up the pressure here. Same tailback, another carry. He stopped, but he gets a first down.
It was a nice job up front by the offensive line, but give the running back an assist for setting those blocks up before he's able to get downfield for the first down.
On 1st and 10, they'll look to throw it. And he's going to fling it deep, going for it all here. Touchdown, UTSA. And they will claim the second half lead. Kirk, this quarterback told us this is my time to shine, a playoff game. He has gone out and backed that up so far.
Yeah, he's done everything that's been asked of him and more. Just a great job of getting into a rhythm. Really tough to defend. Right now, the defensive coordinator, you can see him down there. He's throwing his headset. He's frustrated. He's got to come up with some new wrinkles to try to slow this guy down.
And the Rebels offense is back out on the field. The last possession was a passing game clinic. They moved it right down for a touchdown. Can they keep it going? Oh, what a move. Goes right through the tackle. He's got room to run now. Tackle made after a big gain.
There's nothing more that helps an offense than committing to that running game and popping an explosive run like this on the ground. Keeps the confidence of your offensive lineup. Same with your back. It helps everything else that you're doing as an offense in your rhythm. Now you can come back with some counters, try to take some shots off of play action, keep hammering away with that run game.
Second down after that run on the previous play. Linebackers moving around trying to confuse the offense. Motion by the back. Defense better adjust. Tackle, but first down.
Love the call here to get the ball to the edge, give it to a talented, skilled player where he can get to the outside, find some room, and get a first down.
Fresh set of downs for the offense. First down. Here's a quick throw off the play fake. That's a big gain before he goes out of bounds. It'll move the sticks. More than enough for a first down.
The defense is so caught up in this guy running the football in this drive, they forgot to defend him coming out of the backfield. Nice positive play here.
Looking for his big tight end. Looks downfield and connects with a wide open wide receiver. Touchdown, Rebels. This offense is still clicking. That's another strike from this quarterback, Kirk. He is having himself a day.
This guy's just having one of those days you dream about against this secondary. Let's also give credit to the wide receivers doing a nice job of getting open, and the big fellas up front for giving him enough time to throw.
Point after, up and good. Kickoff team is on the field. Let's see if they give the returner a chance to bring this one back. He's going to bring this out a few yards deep in the end zone. He's got some daylight turning on the speed. On the move. Can they catch him? Yes, all the way to the house. Touchdown. A kick return for a touchdown in a playoff game. This stadium has come alive.
How badly does this guy and this unit want to get to the national championship? This is huge and a game-changing moment that I think we may be looking back at as a turning point in the game. Great blocks and great speed there for the touchdown.
And the return man decides to signal fair catch. Time for one more play here in the quarter. On 1st and 10, looking to throw. Looks to his left and makes the completion. The defense able to bring him down to wrap up the 3rd quarter of play. Offense getting set for a 2nd down here to begin the quarter. And now the handoff. Breaks loose at the 45. Oh, it is a fumble.
Wow, that is big-time awareness by his teammate to get on top of that football. As a result, they catch a break and are able to retain possession.
And the replay booth has signaled they want to stop and have another look at this one. So after taking a closer look, the officials will overturn that previous ruling. Big guys up front lined up. It's 1st down. From the shotgun, he's probing the secondary. He pulls it in for a big gain. Heads out of bounds after a solid gain, more than enough to pick up a 1st down.
Well, we saw a lot of this in the 1st half. They go right back to him again. We can see the 2nd half, that same trend continuing. If I'm the defensive coordinator, I'm rolling my coverage. Get a corner up in his face and put a safety back behind him. Some kind of double coverage to slow this guy down.
Hit as he releases it, and the pass ball is incomplete.
Man, I am so impressed with the athletic ability and speed of this defense. Quarterback does a pretty good job of keeping the play alive, scrambling off to his right. But that defensive speed and their aggressive nature get to him.
2nd down, we're going to throw it. Trying to extend the play. Looks like he's going to run it. 7-yard gain sets up a 3rd and 3. And the Rebels are in the red zone now. Going to throw for it on 3rd and short. Caught quickly. They bring him down, but not before he gains 1st down yardage.
Well, it's so easy to get caught up in the receivers, the quarterback, and your eyes get lost. You forget about the running back. Nice catch and a 1st down for this offense.
A gain of 2 yards. Now it's 2nd down and 8. 7th play of the drive coming up. Quarterback appears to be changing the play. They look to throw it here on 2nd down. And it's incomplete on a very quick throw. Offense facing a 3rd down now. They can still get a 1st down without scoring. Quick pass. Here comes a jet sweep. He's not going to get the 1st down. It's 4th down.
Man, that jet sweep action puts so much pressure on a defense. You get so locked in on the ball attacking you downhill. But when offenses sprinkle this kind of offense in, it stretches this defense out wide and can create some vertical seams for big plays.
First and goal, most likely 4-down territory to claim the lead. On the ground, trying to punch it in for the score. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
What a job by this defense. They would simply not relent. Incredible effort.
Catch made on the left side. Touchdown, Ole Miss. This quarterback on fire today. Well, the call was sort of predictable, Kirk, but that tight end is just so tough to stop down here in the red zone.
Listen, speaking on behalf of all quarterbacks, you get down in the red zone, you're looking for that big target that you can trust. He's going to run a good route, and he's got a big wingspan to allow you to make a throw up into the air and him go up and make a catch over most defenders. Really good execution. They come up with 6.
The kickoff team on the field now as they get set to send this one away. He's going to bring it out of the end zone from a couple yards deep. And he stopped at the 19. Good job by the coverage team. Here comes the Roadrunners offense back out on the field now. In the last possession, the defense just had no answer for this powerful ground game. Let's see what they can do this time. Caught over the middle. It's Cole. And it's good for a first down to the 36.
Quarterback sees that this defense is dropping way back in zone coverage, so he does the right thing. Gets it underneath to that drag route and picks up a first down.
And looking to throw now on first down. Pressure is coming. And they chase him down outside the pocket for a sack.
Good pressure here by this defense, but it felt like the quarterback held onto the ball a little bit too long to come up with that sack for the D.
We'll see if they can overcome the sack. Second and very long. Quarterback sets up, looking for an open man. Looks downfield and finds a receiver who worked his way wide open. Tackled there by the defense.
How about the offense here dialing up a good zone beater? Let's give credit to the coordinator for calling the right play at the right time and the receiver finding the hole in that zone.
Caught near the sticks. It's Anderson. And a big game before he goes out of bounds. The offense keeps churning, gets a fresh set of downs. First down here, the offense has time for one more play before the 2-minute warning. First down, looking to throw the football. Looking for a deep completion. The catch is made for a huge pickup. Touchdown, UT San Antonio. And they take the lead in the fourth quarter. Now the try for 2. They'll try to run this one in. And he makes it into the end zone for the 2-point conversion. That makes it a touchdown lead. Getting set to kick the ball off now. And the fair catch signaled for and taken. And the Ole Miss offense is back out on the field. Really excellent possession last time. They mixed the run, the pass, kept the defense off balance en route to a touchdown. And it's incomplete. The defender arrived the same time as the football. And now it's second down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out the punishment. But here, he's the one that has to absorb the contact. And as a result, he's unable to hold on to the football.
Cannot get the throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this stage of the game.
And just like that, you squeeze the life out of this offense. That's another sack by this defense. They have been in that backfield the entire game, and a big reason why these guys are enjoying a lead.
Looks like the QB is changing the play at the line. Drops back, looking to throw for it on third down. He'll be taken down. The defense rises up with a sack in a crucial moment.
How about that, Chris? Back-to-back plays. This defense has come up with sacks. Man, they understand you're in the fourth quarter in a tight game. You got to come out there with bad intentions, and they sure have here in these last couple plays.
Looking to throw for the first down. Time is running out. They'll take a deep shot. And that deep shot is caught for a big gain. Oh, and he's in the clear now. It's a foot race. They've got him, but he easily makes the first down, and this drive keeps going.
Well, that was 4th and a mile. I'm surprised they even went for this. What in the world are they thinking? But give them all the credit in the world. They pick it up and keep the drive alive.
Well, moments ago, backed up close to their own end zone. Now threatening with a first and goal. Touchdown, Rebels. This offense.
And, Chris, how often do we see it? When the game's on the line, it's about the line of scrimmage. This offensive line does their job. The running back gets in for this game-time touchdown, and now you're an extra point away from taking the lead.
And that PAT gives us a tie ball game here in the final quarter. Now the kickoff team is out on the field. He'll bring it out from his end zone. And he stopped at the 19. Good job by the coverage team. The UTSA offense is back out on the field now. How do you play this now? Do you call a conservative play and just wait for overtime, or try to make something happen and win in a regulation? Let's it fly to the wideout. Oh, it's intercepted. A critical late mistake here. Going the other way. Can they stop him? Touchdown, Ole Miss. And the defense adds 6 for the interception return.
What a play here by the defense. We kept thinking this defense might have to come up with a stop to give the ball back to their own offense to see if they can maybe take the lead. But instead, they take matters into their own hands and come up with a turnover and a touchdown.
He's going to return it from deep in the end zone. And he's brought down at the 16. Would have been better off leaving it in the end zone for a touchback. They need to score quickly here. Try to dial up some big plays. Here comes a first down pass attempt. Final minutes here. They'll throw it deep downfield. Deep ball is caught for a huge gain here. Potentially a touchdown-saving tackle, but not before a long completion. Looking to throw it on first down. Now in the final couple minutes, here's a deep shot. Receiver left alone, wide open downfield. The offense getting closer to a game-tying touchdown. It's 1st and 10. Here's the snap. Quarterback looking to throw. Makes the grab. It's Anderson. Now a late timeout is taken. 6 seconds showing on the clock. The Roadrunners will line up on 1st and 10. Here's the snap, looking to throw. And it's picked off in the end zone. Physical run, breaking tackles. And the interception will do it as the defense holds on to preserve the victory. Well, that's a great performance in the pressure moment. everyone, to a piece of college football history as we crown this season's national champion. There's been so much that's gone into getting here, twists and turns, and now it builds to this, the battle for supremacy. And it almost feels like we were destined to get to this point. The top 2 seeds of the college football playoff have survived. They've been on a collision course all season long. They've come through the challenges and the distractions, and now they'll fight for that beautiful trophy. As we'll see the number 2 seed in this playoff, the Ole Miss Rebels, taking on a squad from the Big Ten, the Penn State Nittany Lions. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Chris Fowler, joined as always by Kirk Herbstreit. And this is it. 2 teams enter, 1 team leaves here as national champions. Let's get this going. The kickoff team is out there, and you can feel the energy. 1 game to determine the national championship. This one will be fair caught. This line getting set up. It's a first down play. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And it's the senior getting home with the sack.
How about that to start the game off by this defense? The offense decides to drop back on the first play, and this quarterback has no time at all because of the pressure up front.
He went backwards on first down, so 2nd and long from the 24. And the pass is complete to the tight end. Oh, the ball's knocked loose. Fumble recovered by the defense, going the other way.
Well, that's why you do ball security drills almost every single day in practice. You just can't put the ball on the turf like that. But give credit to the defender for the hit, because that's what caused the fumble.
Now, it wasn't alert enough, didn't get the playoff. That'll cost him 5 yards. Penalty will push the offense back 5. This would be an unconventional strategy. Punt team on the field on first down. And now it's a high kick. He hit it straight up. And the punt will just bounce out of bounds. First down here for this offense. Off the play fake, looking to throw. He's escaping the pocket now. Doesn't get rid of the ball. Trapped for a huge loss. Goodness, that is usually a drive killer. Tough spot here. 2nd and long from their 19. And the quarterback looking to make a play through the air. He finds his man. And they bring him down. That's a very solid gain, but still well short of the marker. The offense now facing a 3rd and long from the 26. Got to avoid a mistake here. Quarterback drops back from the shotgun. And he's hit right as he throws it. Incomplete.
I see what the quarterback's trying to do here. He's holding on to that football to the last possible second to give that play a chance. But he held it just a little bit too long. And the defense is able to hit him to force that incompletion.
And that sets up a return. And the coverage team able to bring the returner to the ground. And the Penn State offense is back out on the field. The last possession, they were forced to kick it away. Can they finally get things going this time? It's a 1-yard gain. 2nd and 9 coming up. Snap it. Quarterback looking to throw the ball. That's caught. It's Martin. That's a big gain before he goes out of bounds. It'll move the sticks. More than enough for a first down.
Man, isn't it fun to watch running backs who can add that dimension to the passing game? They're so dangerous because once they catch the football, they're operating in much more open space than they would be if they're just getting a handoff. And it really tests the linebacker's ability to cover out the space.
What's the play call here on second down for this offense? Quarterback pulls the ball. It's a keeper. They tackle him behind the line, a loss of 4. Not going to be easy here. Backed up a long way to go for a first down. Drops back, looking to throw for it on third down. That one is incomplete. The defender was right there, and it brings up fourth down now.
Hey, the good news is here, Chris, they're still in field goal range, and they didn't cost themselves any points. But they could have more. Got to be thinking about going for this on 4th and short.
They're going to go for it, try to keep the drive going. 4th down and 7. Quarterback checks the defensive look, makes some adjustments. Needs a completion here on 4th down. Makes the grab in the end zone. Touchdown, Nittany Lions.
This is what having an accurate quarterback is so important. 4th down, critical situation. He puts that ball right on his receiver. What I love to see is he not only picks up that first down, but he's got the speed and the awareness to take it to the end zone for the touchdown.
Here's the kickoff team. Let's see if they give the returner an opportunity to bring this back. And here's the fair catch by the return man. And the Ole Miss offense is back out on the field. They're coming off a quick 3-and-out, so looking to put something together on this drive with a little more urgency. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
That back just had nowhere to go. Got to give credit to the defense and their run fits on that play.
He went backwards on first down, so 2nd and long from the 24. And on the carry, he's heading left. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
My gosh, this offensive line's got to do a better job of blocking. The defense was zeroed in on the ball carrier and absolutely nowhere to go for the offense.
Drops back, needing a 3rd down completion here. Falls incomplete, broken up by the defender nicely that time.
Chris, I don't know if it's the hype of the national championship, the timing between the quarterback and his receivers, but they have not been able to get anything going at all here in the first half. And the problem is they're already down in this game. They've got to put the ball through the air and start hitting some passes, or there's no chance they come back and have a chance to win.
Finds his receiver. That's enough for the first down. Heads out of bounds after a solid gain, more than enough to pick up a first down.
Well, it's a blown opportunity here for this defense. They get the offense all the way to 4th down and long. They got to get pressure. They got to get this offense off the field, make them pay for this aggressive decision to go for it, and instead, they give up a first down. This could cost them.
Off the play fake, looking to throw on first down. Running out of time in the pocket. And they'll stop him behind the line of scrimmage. The offense goes 5 wide, empty backfield. Quarterback looking to throw it on 2nd down. And here comes a deep shot. And this is dropped. Would have been a huge gain, but he could not collect it. Crucial 3rd down play coming up. There's the snap. They'll set up to throw. Looking for his back. And it's incomplete again. 4th down coming up.
Oh, man, nearly a disastrous play there by the quarterback. Look at his facial expressions right now. He knows that he caught a break, trying to force the ball in there. He's going to have to make better decisions moving forward and work through his progressions to find his open man.
4th down and very long, but the offense still on the field. They're going to go. Quarterback drops back. We're going to test the secondary. Downfield and incomplete. A fourth down stop.
Oh, my gosh, a drop pass here on this fourth down play. Everything was perfect. The execution is there. The route is nice. The ball is on the money. All he has to do is catch it, and it's a first down, and he drops it. This one could come back to haunt him.
Second down after that run on the previous play. And the wideout goes in motion. Out of the shotgun, he'll hand it off. They tackle him behind the line, a loss of 4.
Chris, that play just didn't have much of a chance at all from the snap. Quarterback hands this off, and there's nowhere to go. It's almost like the defense was anticipating the play call, and they put themselves in a position to come up with a nice tackle for a loss.
Receivers now getting some new assignments before the snap. On third down, he drops to throw. And they hit him just as he releases the ball. It's incomplete.
The quarterback did all he could here to wait until the last possible moment, but he waits just a hair too long, which allows the defense to actually hit him as he throws the ball.
And they're moving the receiver now before the snap. Trying for a fourth down completion. Here's the throw deep downfield. It's incomplete. The defense makes a big fourth down stop.
Chris, I like the call here going for it on fourth down, but the receiver has got to do a better job of knowing exactly where that first down marker is and run that route a yard or two beyond the sticks to be able to give yourself a chance to pick up the first down. Instead, the defense comes up with a stop and they get the ball back.
That was that excellent linebacker with a clear path, just running downhill quickly.
You know, I think one of the great things about watching this guy play all year is his vision. He just has great instincts. That time, the defensive line ate up all the linemen, freed up the linebacker to get into the backfield, and the result is a tackle for a loss for the backer.
Makes a quick grab. And heads out of bounds after a decent gain.
A running back who can take a check down like that and turn it into a gain can be a quarterback's best friend. And it's an easy way to rack up those touches and get the ball to your playmaker in the open field.
But to pick up the third and short through the air. It's a quick grab. And they wrap him up, but the gain is good enough for a first down. The Rebels come to the line to start a fresh set of downs. First down, looking to throw the ball. Receiver looks it in. It's complete. Breaking free at the 35. They've got him, but it's a huge gain. They'll spot it about the 27.
Chris, this guy has a big-time arm. He just zipped the ball in there. You know, you can sometimes show your arm strength in other ways than just bombing it deep.
Testing the right side here. Defense gets him down, but they'll take the gain on that play.
I think this defense keeps thinking about them throwing the football, and by doing that, they're opening up running lanes. Good positive yards there by the running back.
On the handoff, they'll test the right side here. Goes backwards, losing 3 yards there.
Well, they get stuffed at the line of scrimmage here. That's going to bring up a third down play for this offense. And, hey, I know it's the first half, but the way this defense is playing and the fact that they have a nice lead, this is an important third down to try to convert here.
And he'll drop back here on third down. Gets the ball up as he's hit, but it's incomplete.
Hey, it's an incompletion, but it's a nice job by the quarterback. I know it didn't pan out, but the most important thing is he didn't turn the football over and he didn't take a sack. It'll give your kicker a chance to put some points on the board if they opt for the field goal here on fourth down.
Fourth down. He's throwing for it. Defense is coming after him. That's incomplete. He was hit as he threw. Great defensive play on fourth down.
Chris, what a great job here by this defense on this fourth down play. They knew exactly where to come up with that stop to get the turnover on downs, and they did it.
Using the ground game here. Tailback has the handoff. Heads out of bounds as a short gain on the play.
Great job by the offensive line here, opening up some holes and giving the running back room to run on first down. Plays like this can open up the playbook for the play caller, allow him to make that defense think, are they going to run? Maybe play action, maybe throw the ball downfield.
He's found some room at the 45. And a big game before he goes out of bounds. The offense keeps churning, gets a fresh set of downs. First down play call. How aggressive will it be? And they hand it off to the back. Pickup is 5 yards, so it's second down and 5.
Chris, the defense dials up the blitz. They're unable to get into the backfield, giving the running back enough room. I'll tell you, the linebacker makes a great play just to come up with a tackle here.
Pre-snap motion from the offense. Now they'll switch it up, looking to throw the ball here. And a short pitch and catch to the tight end. Take it down, but not before he makes the first down. And Indy Lions offense is on the move now. The shotgun handoff here. Finds room at the 30. Breaks clear. End zone ahead. And he'll make it in for the score. Touchdown, Penn State.
What a long run for a touchdown. I don't know if this defense was caught sleeping or walking in mud. I can't pick which one. Maybe it's both, because the running back just went right by them so easily for the big gain and a big-time score.
Bringing it out. It's White. Solid coverage there. They get him at the 15. That's where the offense will take over. And the Rebels offense back out on the field. Remember, last time they went for it on fourth down and got stopped, and the opponent went right down the field. See if they can recover from that here. But they can't make the connection. Ball's incomplete. Now here comes the bunch formation. Handoff to the back. Runs through the defender. Oh, and he fumbles. Offense keeps possession, recovers the fumble.
Well, the offense catches a break here. Lucky to jump on the ball after coughing it up. He's lucky that his other teammates had some good awareness.
Well, a serious challenge for this offense. You don't want to be in third and long inside your own 20. How much of a risk will they take to try to pick up this first down? In the clear at the 25. Moves the ball out across the 30, and that's good for a first down.
Well, it's a great job here by this offensive line and running back to be able to pick up the first down. Let's face it, they dug themselves a hole here in this first half. The only way they can get back into this game is converting on third down. It's exactly what they were able to do, get a new set of downs and a chance to put points on the board.
And they heave it deep downfield. And it's intercepted. And he's got some open field ahead. Steps out after a crucial takeaway. This could be a big turning point.
Boy, just a drive killer right there, Chris. And he didn't seem to throw that ball with much confidence. Just put it up for grabs, and the defense comes down with it.
Looking to pass here. Quarterback delivers complete to the right side. They bring down the receiver, but that's a nice gain on that play. Offense getting set. It's second down. Quarterback making some changes at the line. We're going to pass here on second down. Quick throw, catch made on the out route. That's a big gain before he goes out of bounds. It'll move the sticks, more than enough for a first down.
You call a quick out on third down. I think that tells you the confidence you have in a quarterback to be able to make that throw. And on top of that, we're surprised the defense would give that kind of cushion to be able to give him room to pick up that first down.
They'll try a pass here. And the quarterback finds the tight end for the completion. And he'll run out of bounds after picking up a few yards on the play.
Nice play action call here by this offensive coordinator. You can freeze those linebackers just for a split second. Usually that's going to give you enough room to be able to get that tight end behind them. And if the quarterback can make a nice tight throw like this, pick up some big yards.
Keeping it on the ground here. They tackle him behind the line, a loss of 4.
Things just appeared to be a bit out of sync from the get-go on that one. Give credit to the front seven of that defense for staying in the proper lanes and getting to the ball carrier, not let him dance around and make something out of nothing.
Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. Looking to scramble. He throws it away there, avoiding a mistake on 3rd down, and now a 4th down decision coming up. So the decision is to not go for it, but settle for 3. Here comes the field goal team. The kick is good. He knocked it right down the middle. And they add to their lead.
And that one, my gosh, I mean, it's almost too easy. Nice kick.
So after adding to this big lead, they'll set to kick it away. And the returner elects to fair catch it, no return. And the Rebels offense is back out on the field. This has been a rough first half. They'll have to regroup at intermission, but in the meantime, let's see if they can get some momentum going. Quarterback looks to his right and finds his man. They've got him, but that completion good enough for first down yardage. And the Rebels hustle to the line to crank up the tempo. On 1st and 10 here, looking to throw the ball. He's got an open man downfield, and it's caught. Heads out of bounds after a solid gain, more than enough to pick up a first down.
That's another positive game here for this offense, and this defensive coordinator is going to have to make some kind of adjustments to get this quarterback out of his rhythm. It's the national championship, man. You've got to take chances and mix up your coverages, because right now what you're doing just isn't working.
Caught on the outside. It's White. In a big game before he goes out of bounds, the offense keeps churning, gets a fresh set of downs.
I understand the concept of bringing the blitz, and you hope that it gets home. But if you don't, you leave your corner in man-to-man situation against this wide receiver. That is a tough ask for this corner, and he's going to lose that battle more often than not.
He's running out of time here. It's incomplete. He was hit as he threw. Good pass rush there on first down.
Well, it's pretty simple. The defensive line does a great job of getting after the quarterback and forcing him into that incompletion.
Now it's 2nd down here. Here's the snap. Quarterback drops back. Quick throw to the left side. And he pulls in the catch. And he's tackled, but only after picking up a first down. And the Rebels come to the line to start a fresh set of downs. From inside the red zone, they're looking to throw. Launching it downfield. Catch made in the end zone. Touchdown, Rebels.
Love to watch this quarterback go out and execute in this kind of situation. He's doing a great job of ignoring the scoreboard and feeling a sense of pressure to have to play with more urgency. Right now, he's executing.
It's flipped back to the kicker. He's looking to throw the ball. And it's caught in the end zone for a 2-point conversion to cut into this lead. So the offense getting some momentum before halftime with the touchdown. Now they kick off in hopes the defense can get a quick stop. And it's fielded. Returner trying to create a big play here. Not much on the return. They'll stop him at the 24. Good coverage. And the Nittany Lions offense retakes the field. They've got to be pleased with their performance here in the first half. Let's see if they just play it cautious and get to the break in front. Quarterback making adjustments down to what the defense is showing. On 1st and 10, they'll look to throw it. The pass rush closing in.
Chris, I love the patience here by the quarterback. He's waiting for something to happen downfield, but it's not there. Then you see the athletic ability to be able to pick up some good yards.
Getting set. Here's second down. Offense looking to throw the ball. And now the ball comes out. A disastrous play from the start. The offense falls on the fumble. Keeps possession. Timeout is called to talk strategy late in this close game with halftime approaching. So a tricky situation here. Third and very long inside your own 20. How much of a risk do you take? You know this defense could be very aggressive at this moment. And he'll set up to throw. Nice grab. It's Gonzalez. The reception hits him at 7 yards, but fourth down coming up here. And now the defense decides to spend a timeout to regroup a bit. Are you serious? The offense going for it inside their own 30. That goes in motion now. Let's see how the defense adjusts. And he's throwing for it on fourth down. And looking for a big play here. And it's incomplete on fourth down. The offense will now take over in plus territory.
This is the chance you take here as an offensive coordinator and a play caller. You go for it here, you draw it up perfectly, you think this is the right play, and then the execution is not there. So the defense catches a break, and they get the ball back to their own offense.
So a timeout is called. Just a few seconds left here in the first half. So the offense takes the field in the final seconds of the half. Chance for just a couple more plays. Here's the snap. Offense looking to throw the ball. Caught near the goal line. And the defense tackles him in what should be the final play of this first half. Now the timeout is called by the defense. They've got some things to work out here. So with only a few seconds left in the half, out comes the field goal unit. The kick is good. Offense collects 3 points on the drive.
Well, they almost put a touchdown on the board, but instead they come away with 3 points.
So here's the kickoff now. Offense settling for 3, tacking on a little bit of momentum before the halftime break. Returner decides to fair catch this. Looks like one more play here before halftime. From the shotgun now, here's a handoff inside. And they get him down what will be the final play of this first half. And that will do it for the first half here. Kevin Connors now has our halftime update. The Rebels will kick this away to begin the second half. He'll call for the fair catch here. And the Penn State offense comes back on the field. On 1st and 10, looking to throw. Caught in the backfield. It's Martin. And the runner scoots out of bounds after gaining some decent yardage.
One thing I love about this back is how he gets involved in the passing game. Nice catch here.
Ball handed off. Enough for a first down at the 37.
Sometimes I almost get mesmerized watching these runners who have great vision. You know, the eyes that carry their feet to the open space, making people miss. I just love watching those guys do work.
With the catch, it's Martin. That's a big gain before he goes out of bounds. It'll move the sticks, more than enough for a first down. The Nittany Lions have 1st and 10 here. They flip it to him on the jet sweep. Inside the 35-yard line. Heads out of bounds after a solid gain, more than enough to pick up a first down. And the Nittany Lions are in the red zone. Caught behind the line. It's Reynolds. And finally tackle him down at the 2-yard line. What a play on that completion.
Well, he continues to have time to throw the football, and he makes this defense pay for it. Now, they realized coming into this game they had to take away his ability to throw the football downfield, but it's the receivers and their plays.
Muscles across the goal line. Touchdown, Nittany Lions. That's an old-school leap, just up and over the defense into the end zone.
That running back needs to find the picture of that touchdown. Up into the air. He could frame that. That's a nice score to remember.
The offense with some pre-snap motion. Quarterback looking to connect with the receiver here. Trying to create outside the pocket now. Tries to get it to the running back. But they don't make the connection. That one is incomplete.
Defense not fooled at all there. Nice job of stepping up and stopping that 2-point conversion.
And the returner decides to signal fair catch. And the powerful Ole Miss offense is back out on the field. First play of the drive, looking to throw the football. Incomplete, but a late flag comes in. A lot of contact.
Man, playing defensive back has got to be the toughest job out there right now in college football. You get isolated on islands against these freaky, talented receivers. It's hard enough to be able to stay up with them and try to make a play on the ball, and often you end up bumping them downfield, and you get a call like this.
Breaks loose at the 45. Tackle finally made, but it's a big gain. Moves the ball to the 48. They touch the left side of that offensive line and come up with a huge play on the ground.
Yeah, your favorite, Chris, there. The old pin and pull there, the left side. Great blocking on the left side, able to create a great push. Nice crease, and the back found that with the vision and picks up some big yards for that first down.
And he'll make his way out of bounds after gaining decent yardage.
Well, the running back that time just kind of sneaks out of the backfield and shows his hands on that nice catch.
Offense getting set up. Here's second down. Ball handed off. He'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. And the Rebels will come to the line to run the hurry up. On first down, why not keep it on the ground?
I tell you, to be able to pick up a nice gain like that, those offensive linemen have to sustain their blocks. Gave them a chance at a really nice gain.
A gain makes it second and medium. And the quarterback drops back looking for an open man. Snags the quick throw. Forced out of bounds, but a nice gain there. And the offense will have a first and goal.
That's another accurate throw by this quarterback. And Chris, when we did our prep to get ready for the national championship, we all knew that this quarterback potentially could have a big day. But I didn't expect him to get into this kind of zone. This guy cannot miss just having one of those dream performances.
A pop pass on the jet sweep. Defense stops him, but that's a solid gain.
Boy, I'm a big fan of that jet sweep motion like that. It really forces a defense to stretch them out horizontally and can create some vertical seams for this offense. They got some positive yards. Didn't quite get the first down, but I'll tell you what they've done. Planted a seed.
And he gets to the end zone. Touchdown, Ole Miss. That's a crucial response by this offense, but still plenty of work to do here in the third quarter.
Well, I love that they're still fighting and competing. You can tell they've made some adjustments at half and try to get them back into this game. And that score is a great start.
Pre-snap motion from the receiver. On the ground, trying to muscle it across the line. And they're able to get him down.
A great job here by the defense on this conversion. Nice heads-up play to prevent the two-point try.
I believe they're going to line up here and go for the onside kick. And now a timeout quickly called by the defense as they try to get everybody on the same page here. Here's the kickoff team now, set to boot this one away. And he's going to bring this out from a couple yards deep in the end zone. And he'll be stopped short of the 20-yard line. Good job by the coverage team. Offense operating from the pistol. They'll change the pre-snap look now. First play of the drive, they'll come out throwing. And it's incomplete as he just overthrew his receiver that time. Incompletion sets up a second down. There's the snap, and he's looking to throw. He's moving out of the pocket. And he's going to fire this one deep down the middle. They try a downfield shot. That's a good effort there. But now it's third down.
You know, they don't hit this downfield, but it gives you an idea of how much pressure this quarterback can put on this defense. They've got to cover all these receivers, worry about the running game, try to pressure the quarterback, and then deal with him when he breaks out and scrambles like that. He's a threat to run or throw.
Caught way downfield for a huge gain. And a huge gain before he's forced out of bounds. Big yardage to set up a fresh set of downs. The Nittany Lions will have 1st and 10 here. Makes a quick catch. And they get him down after the completion. The gain makes it 2nd and medium. And they'll keep it on the ground. Running back has the handoff. And the sophomore able to bring him down quickly.
You know, in the era that we live in right now, everybody wants to spread the field around, try to create space, try to create one-on-one matchups, and the defense is countered over the years by trying to play out wide. But here's a great example of a defense has the ability to play wide, but still be solid at the line of scrimmage and not give up big run plays.
Can he get there on the ground? And he'll head out of bounds, but not before picking up enough for a first down.
Boy, Chris, you cannot overstate how big of a conversion this was to be able to pick this up on the ground. Yeah, the offense still has the lead, but you can just feel the defense having all the momentum with the points they've been able to compile. And that run right there picks up a first down and can kind of settle things down a bit.
Here's a throw underneath to the tight end. They bring him down, but that's a solid gain on the play.
The tight end drag route is the perfect option for an offense looking to scheme that position open for some yardage. Perfect execution here for a first down.
Grab behind the line. It's Baker. Brought down, but the completion moves the ball to the 6. Defense getting pushed back.
That's an excellent throw by the quarterback, finding that window between the zones and delivering the ball on time.
The Nittany Lions will line up here on 1st down and goal. And the quarterback tucks it and takes off as a design run. Couldn't quite get there, but brought down at the 1-yard line. Crucial play here to begin the quarter as the offense sets up with a 2nd and goal. keep it on the ground, trying to power in for the touchdown. He powers into the end zone. Touchdown, Penn State.
Man, that's another touchdown for this guy. This defense better adjust and get eyes into that backfield, or he may go for a third or a fourth later today.
They'll try to add the lead now with the PAT. He knocked through the PAT. It's now a 13-point lead here in the final quarter. Kickoff team has come on the field now to send this one away. He thought about returning it, but instead takes a knee. It'll be a touchback, and we'll start at the 25. And the Rebels offense is back out on the field. And looking to throw now on first down. Not quickly. He's brought down quickly. A short gain gets them a few yards closer to the marker.
Well, it's another positive play, but man, look at the clock and look at the score. You still need a couple touchdowns to be able to get yourself back into this game and have a chance to win it. So you got to keep moving here and keep taking those shots downfield.
The receiver makes the grab. The gain is enough to move the sticks. Ball at the 40.
Hey, it's a nice gain here. They get the first down to stop the clock. But late in the game, trailing by a couple scores, these receivers have got to be thinking about getting out of bounds as often as they can to preserve that clock, to give them a real shot to come back to win it.
Oh, a nice play by the defender. Got a hand in there to break up the pass.
Just a great play on the ball by the defensive back, getting a hand on it and tipping it up into the air. Boy, anytime you see a tip go up, often that defense is thinking interception. This one falls to the ground, but the next tip ball could be going the other way.
Tackle made after a nice pickup on the play.
Hey, that's what you're looking for right now as an offense. Nice big chunk play like that. Moving the ball now into plus territory. Keep looking for those big plays downfield and hope to be able to get the ball into the end zone.
Quick completion to the tight end. But he's hammered by the linebacker. What a hit.
Boy, that's pretty good coverage here by this defense. Not much of a window to throw this ball into, but the quarterback's accuracy and the size of the tight end picks up a nice gain.
Makes a quick grab. And a big gain before he goes out of bounds. The offense keeps churning, gets a fresh set of downs.
Well, that's everything you could hope for here for an offense. They make a nice completion here. The thing that really stood out to me, your fourth quarter, late in the game, the clock is essential. Get out of bounds when you can. Get a first down when you can. He does both here to set up the offense here nicely.
That's a big gain before he goes out of bounds. It'll move the sticks more than enough for a first down.
I love how this quarterback is finding this slot receiver. Not only is he tough to handle, but it's what he's doing after the catch. He has such wiggle and quickness. He's tough to bring down, and you see more positive yards after the catch here.
First down. They're going to throw the football. He's got it right near the end zone. And he's in. Touchdown, Rebels. That's a huge touchdown. Still trailing, but a one-possession game with that trophy on the line right now.
Well, the national championship's on the line. The offense has done their job, and now it's up to their own defense. Can they get a stop and get the ball back to their offense with a chance to make this thing get really interesting?
Kickoff team on the field getting set now. And the return starts just inside the end zone. He's tackled at the 17, so it would have been better to leave it in the end zone for a touchback. And the Penn State offense is back out on the field. Crucial possession. This game just got tighter. They love to play keep away, chew on the clock. How will they call it here? He's past the 30. And he breaks clear down the right side. It's a foot race. The 20. Inside the 10. Takes it all the way to the house. Touchdown, Nittany Lions.
Chris, how dangerous is this offense? Of course, you know about the receivers, those vertical shots, but here's an example. You give the ball to the running back out in space, takes it all the way to the end zone for a touchdown.
No problem with PAT right down the middle. Fielded in the end zone. It's White. Solid coverage there. They get him at the 15. That's when the offense will take over. And here comes the offense back out on the field now. Off the play fake on first down. It's a quick grab. Heads out of bounds after a solid gain, more than enough to pick up a first down.
Hey, you're down by a couple possessions late in the game. That's exactly how you want to start this drive. Let's see what they can do with it after that nice game.
How aggressive will they be on this first down play? There's some pre-snap movement in the backfield. Quick pass. Here comes a jet sweep. Across the 40 now. In a big game before he goes out of bounds, the offense keeps churning, gets a fresh set of downs.
The defense has got to do a much better job here of adjusting to the pre-snap motion. They just kind of stayed in place, and it gave the receiver plenty of room there to make a nice play.
Bringing pressure. And it's incomplete, even on a first down throw. He was under some heavy pressure. Incomplete. Second down coming up. Looking to throw again. Snags the quick throw. That's a big game before he goes out of bounds. It'll move the sticks more than enough for a first down.
Well, this quarterback puts it to the big man once again. And I tell you, the matchup with this tight end against this secondary, you know, if they put a corner on him, he's too small. If they put a safety on him, he's too slow. They've been able to find those one-on-one matchups and allow this tight end to have a monster game in the national title.
They bring him down, but that gain moves the ball all the way to the 31.
And the defense sits back in a zone coverage. Good job here by the quarterback, recognizing that soft coverage, and he hits the routine drag route underneath for a first down.
Throwing for his running back. Finds an open target on the left side. They make the stop, but not before a solid gain that time. This is turning into a monster day for this quarterback, Kirk. His passing yards now up over 350.
Yeah, and it seems like this defense has tried everything. They're blitzing. They're sitting back in zone. They're trying to double coverage certain receivers. Everything that they've tried is unfortunate.
Touchdown, Ole Miss. Strong game by this quarterback. Here we go, national championship game, fourth quarter, one possession game. Let's see who's going to step up.
Well, the stakes can't get any bigger. The offense has done their job to give themselves a chance. But what about their opponent? What about the other side? How will they handle this pressure? Late in the game, they still have the lead. I want to see what their plan of attack is and how aggressive they might be willing to be.
Now they get set to kick it away. Long kickoff, no chance for a return. It'll be a touchback. First down play call coming up. How aggressive will it be? Going to begin with a quick throw to the left. Tackle made at the 41. It's a nice gain. They're getting closer to the 50.
But how about this aggressive approach by this offense? They've got the lead in the fourth quarter, and these guys are continuing to throw the football. I think the offense coordinator understands that he can't allow his team to get too comfortable or complacent, even with having a lead here in the fourth.
We head now to the 2-minute warning as this offense tries to bleed out the clock and secure this win. Fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Here's the option play. Quarterback gets down to avoid the big hit.
Man, when your quarterback can run the football like this, it puts so much pressure on the defense. The defense coordinator spent all week preparing his unit to be able to stop this offense. But when this quarterback's able to pull it down and pick up yards like that, it's an extra headache for the defense to have to deal with.
They're going to run the option. That's a big gain. Great decision to keep the ball and pick up the first down.
These quarterbacks today in the college game are so athletic. They can beat you with their arm, obviously. But just when you think you have them figured out, they tuck the ball and go. I'd expect this defense to put in a spy to keep this quarterback from running.
He'll be taken down, but a penalty flag on the field. So the holding penalty in the offense backs him up 10 yards. Big guys up front lined up. It's first down. Keep it on the ground to work the clock here. That's a nice tackle there by the senior. And now it's the defense that calls timeout here, trying to get organized and preserve as much clock as possible. Second and long, but you figure they'll run the ball here to work the clock. From the shotgun, drops back looking for an open man. Quarterback leaves the pocket on the move now. He'll be wrapped up on the scramble there, settling for a short gain. And now a timeout taken by the defense, trying to preserve as much clock as possible for their offense. Offense moving receivers around now before the snap. Quarterback changing the play now at the line. Now in third and very long, looking to throw. Fires it to the wideout. Finds the receiver wide open.
The defense is spread all over the field, creating some one-on-one matchups, and the quarterback makes them pay for it.
And the Nittany Lions starting a new series here on 1st and 10. And the quarterback will take a knee. That's it. It's official. We have our national champions. For the last team standing at the top of the mountain, our national